Send it back cage side.
All right, it's time for lightweight action as Jorge Gamebred Masvidal collides with Justin the Silverback Wilcox, with each competitor looking to erase the bitter taste of defeat.
And now joining us to the cage, a freestyle fighter with a record of 11 wins, 4 losses, and 1 no contest. From San Jose, California, introducing Justin the Silverback Wilcox.
Well, Justin Wilcox was riding a wave of momentum in his mixed martial arts career with a 6-fight win streak. Of course, then the no contest against JZ Cavalcante. And then he ran into Carlos Fodor and was knocked out in just 13 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to fight with Justin Wilcox. Coming off a loss like that, you know he's very highly motivated. He certainly doesn't want it to happen again.
Yeah, and that's tough, man, to get knocked out like that and not really know what happened. He told us, I didn't even know what happened. I woke up, they told me it was all over. His key tonight, do what he does best, man. Get those takedowns. Get this thing in a ground and pound situation. Beat up Masvidal, but don't test that chin and see if it's still hurting from the last time.
100% on that one.
Wilcox has been working with Strikeforce middleweight champion Luke Rockhold. Of course, Rockhold defending the title against Tim Kennedy in the main event later tonight on Showtime. But he's also been working with Rockhold's new boxing coach, Javier Carval, working on footwork angles to set up his wrestling. So he's going to be using the striking to try to get this to the canvas where he's at his most comfortable.
You have to do it that way to be successful.
And now joining us to the red corner, the freestyle fighter with a record of 22 wins and 7 losses. From Miami, Florida, here is the former world title challenger, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
Well, the last time we saw the charismatic striker Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, he went the distance against Strikeforce lightweight champion Gilbert Melendez. Disappointed that a torn ligament in his right hand didn't allow him to put on the show that he wanted to against El Nino like he did against KJ Noons. But injury aside, Gilbert Melendez the better man that night, but that's not to say that Masvidal can't put himself right back in the mix, as they say, with an impressive win here tonight.
Right, no, he's fully capable of it. This kid is extremely dangerous, and going the distance against the champ Gilbert Melendez with one hand is pretty impressive.
That's very impressive. How about very impressive? This kid is an awesome athlete. His key in the cage tonight, Masvidal really has got to stick to his basics, his boxing, his footwork, and his uppercuts. And if he does that, he can avoid the ground and stay on his feet, and he can knock out Wilcox.
Right, keep his back off the cage.
Yep.
Don't get taken down. Let's go to the tail of the tape for these two 155-pounders tonight. Jorge Masvidal is 6 years younger, quite a bit taller, 4 inches taller, a little heavier at weigh-in time, but a massive 7-inch reach advantage, which he would love to use.
Someone else coming?
All right, fans, here we go. Lightweights in the cage. We're scheduled 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing to you our referee in charge of the action, Big John McCarthy.
Want to get down? Good. Good. You ready? You ready? Let's get it.
Referee Big John McCarthy getting the biggest pop of the night here in the Pacific Northwest thus far, as we're underway with action in the lightweight division. Jorge Gamebred Masvidal in the red gloves, Justin the Silverback Wilcox in the blue, and Wilcox already going to that left eye like he'd been poked. And we remember what happened against JZ Cavalcante. We do not want history repeating itself in this fight.
Wilcox needing to move his head a lot on the way in, which he did not do that time and got clipped.
Masvidal trying to establish the jab. Wilcox going downstairs, low outside leg kick. A lot of foot movement now coming through with a flurry of punches. Masvidal backs up and avoids most of their bad intentions.
Well, I like that flurry he just threw. It got him inside without getting punched.
Yeah, everybody in the building knows Wilcox wants a takedown, but he's doing a good job of convincing Masvidal that he wants to strike a little bit.
And that strikes will set up the takedown.
Right.
So far, it is Wilcox pressing the action. Masvidal told us that as much as he likes to counterpunch, he wanted to be the one to press the pace in this fight. Still very much in the early going, just past the minute mark.
As the striker against a wrestler, a lot of times you sit back and don't pull the trigger because you're looking for the takedown, and the guy keeps punching, and before you know it, you're down on the scorecards.
Wilcox, whose family back in Pittsburgh, his wife and daughter, who he hasn't seen for weeks. He has a ticket actually straight to Pittsburgh from this fight. Been living with Luke Rockhold, the champion, and saying that it's been an eye-opener in the sense that they're both very competitive. They both agreed that Thursday nights would be for respite, and there's Wilcox setting up the takedown, immediately goes for the back of Masvidal. Masvidal tries to defend the takedown, momentarily taken down, but now it's Wilcox with his back just trying to ride him, and here's Masvidal looking to get back to his feet. I was going to say that Thursday nights are supposed to be for rest and relaxation. Rockhold would go upstairs and shadow box. Wilcox said, well, wait a minute, maybe that's what I should be doing too. So the two athletes really pushing each other in preparation for tonight's card.
Well, the vacant room at Bob Cook's obviously served Wilcox well. He's looking pretty good standing up. Let's work.
Masvidal's doing a good job defending this takedown, but he is trapped on that cage.
On the exit, Wilcox throws a left hook. Masvidal gets back to the center of the cage. Lead right uppercut connects. The jab followed by the straight right misses. There's the jab again. So Masvidal doing a good job of staying focused. Wilcox mixing it up with a kick-punch combination.
And watch for Masvidal not only to throw the uppercut and the jab, but to throw the upper jab cut.
The shovel jab.
Well, I think Masvidal got a little shot in the arm from defending that takedown. Sure, he got taken down, but Wilcox was not able to keep him there and control him. So now I think he may feel he can open up a little more with his hands.
Wilcox flying in with an attempted flying knee and just throws the right hand, trying to draw Masvidal into the element of surprise here. Final 2 minutes of the round.
Oh, big knee.
Almost caught with the knee on the counter knee there from Masvidal. Wilcox very busy in the striking department, maintaining his pace here, coming forward.
I'm noticing Wilcox, I can't help it. They cut the legs on his shorts.
They're so big.
So his legs will fit in them. He's built like the Hulk.
He was a professional natural bodybuilder after he was told he couldn't wrestle any longer due to injuries.
Oh, that was a big knee.
And
That was a big
knee from Masvidal. Wilcox in trouble. Game Brad looking to finish this game, set and match. Wilcox trying to stay alive, running away, getting kicked. And Masvidal unloading on the silverback.
He's got to turn and wrestle.
Wilcox got to cover up here, man.
Yeah.
Minute 5 seconds, liver shot from Masvidal. Wilcox doing his best to survive. It seems like he's cleaned out the cobwebs, but going for the shot, sprawled beautifully. Good takedown defense here by Masvidal as the momentum now slows down. Oh, and just misses with that right hook.
Yeah, you can tell Wilcox is hurt because he did not drive on his takedown. He just simply is changing levels and he's not driving.
No setup whatsoever.
He's out of it.
He's hurt. He just reached on that one.
And another knee catches Wilcox on the jaw.
No question about his jaw. No question about the strength of his jaw.
And I like the way Masvidal is mixing it up, even though he has Wilcox hurt, attacking the leg again, keeping Wilcox guessing while trying to, regain his faculties. 20 seconds left in what has been an entertaining round, and a round in which Masvidal has hurt Wilcox, but Wilcox remains in the fight. Wilcox has been stopped due to strikes 3 times so far in his career. Again, the last fight against Carl Ford was defeated in 13 seconds. He makes it to the end of round 1 here in Portland. How'd you score the opening round?
Masvidal just stole it, buddy. Wilcox was doing quite well. Masvidal stole it.
They got a good thing going on. Listen, breathe. Come down.
Big round for Jorge Masvidal, just deciding when to throw it and where to throw it, sticking that jab out there like it was a knife, just really controlling the striking game and the position. And even as the round went on, it just got worse and worse. Masvidal finding his range. Those are massive knees. I never wanted to get hit with one of those knees. Oh, man.
No, you don't.
And Wilcox, in the game, but wobbled, hurt, trying to find that range, and also I think trying to find a wrestling position because this is not where it needs to be.
Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, former Strikeforce lightweight title challenger in the red gloves. Justin the silverback Wilcox out of AKA in San Jose in the blue gloves. Of course, Gamebred, a member of one of the top camps of the sport, American top team in Florida. Big edge and power strikes landed by Masvidal in that opening round, 15-3. Ooh, a high right head kick. Misses by Wilcox.
Masvidal's effectiveness generally comes in all of his fights when he's able to set and move forward. When Wilcox is coming forward or anybody else, Masvidal has a tough time getting off. Wilcox needs to go, put the pedal on the metal, and so to speak, and then get the takedown.
Masvidal communicating with Wilcox, indicating that, ooh, you were close with that one. Wilcox still doesn't set up the takedown, just shoots in. Masvidal able to defend easily.
Masvidal had some really good head kicks at the end of that last round. He was setting up nice with the jab and the right hand. I think he should go back to that.
And again, a deceptive flying knee there, catches Wilcox with a right hand. Very patient, very focused, very methodical. Jorge Gamebred Masvidal allowing Wilcox to come forward,
Fingers are closed,
but avoiding any of the offense the silverback is trying to execute. And while we've seen a lot of punches in terms of standing leg strikes, again, slight advantage for Masvidal. And as the fight progresses, leg kicks are a big factor, Pat. That's how you take away a lot of the power base.
Right, but you'll notice that, Wilcox is more willing to throw the low kicks, where Masvidal is throwing high kicks because he doesn't want to get taken down.
Leg kick makes you tired, too. It pulls the energy right out of you.
Wilcox setting up the right hand, looking for he's changing levels, faking the takedown, then he wants to come with the right hand, and then maybe going for the takedown.
Masvidal with a big reach advantage, 7 inches. Using it there, right cross landed. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left in the second round. High right head kick. Caught Masvidal, and now Masvidal says, bring it on. Wilcox goes for the shot, but again, telegraphing it, not really committing to it, Pat.
But it's starting to dawn on Wilcox that if he changes levels, he can go high and then go back to the takedown. He's got to commit on the second takedown, though, to get it.
Masvidal sticks the right hand into Wilcox's jaw. Wilcox comes forward again, but again, due to the reach disadvantage, not really being able to find the range.
Yeah, Masvidal feet-wise and footwork-wise is always putting himself in a nice power position to punch.
Wilcox has been parrying that straight right, and you can see Masvidal trying to adjust and loop it in so that the parry doesn't work and he gets clipped behind the ear. Wilcox has got to be careful parrying too much on that.
It's obvious Wilcox has spent a lot of time working with Javier Carval and, of course, Javier Mendez at AKA, really wanting to engage Masvidal here in the stand-up. There was attempted at a Superman punch by Wilcox, trying to make up the real estate in height. 1:40 left in the round. What do you think about Masvidal's pace thus far, Frank?
I like it. He's effective. He's constantly doing damage. I'd like to see him kick on the head a little bit more because I think he was getting the hands down of Wilcox and exposing the head a little bit.
And Masvidal doesn't need to lift his pace up right now. Wilcox is not forcing him to do it.
Do you think he's winning? Do you think Masvidal is running away with this?
I don't think he's running away with this round, but he's able to sit back and pot shot it.
Yeah, Wilcox, while throwing a lot of punches, not landing a lot of punches. And while Masvidal more focused on avoiding the shots, it seems like you say, the single shots, the pot shots have been landing. Wilcox still staying busy in the final minute of this round. Still an opportunity to take the round.
I like what Wilcox did there, hit him in the body.
He was looking for that single collar tie, wanted to feed him the right uppercut, misses with the short right uppercut again.
Tell you what, it adds a lot of power when you grab the back of somebody's head. Nice.
Take
Turn
down
the corner beautifully.
As he dropped the level, but beautiful scramble back to his feet by Masvidal.
I have no idea how Wilcox let him out of that.
That was impressive.
Final 30 seconds of the round. Now Masvidal beginning to get busy. The knee again to the jaw. Final 10 seconds of the second round. Wilcox coming forward. Masvidal, high guard. Third and final round straight ahead. How do you score it after 10 minutes?
Masvidal's up 2 rounds to 0.
Nice job.
We didn't see too many of these, but leg kick by Matt. You know, it's a brilliant leg kick. Took the position away, kept him in position. You know, Wilcox, he's a tough guy. He's cocked down there nice, got a lot of power. He's ready to go at any time, bringing those head kicks. That's the second one he landed. He just didn't have the power stepping into it.
I think he did. His leg wasn't long enough to hit with the shin bone. He hit with his toe.
Kicked him with his toe. And a takedown attempt. Beautiful takedown. He wasn't really looking all that much for it. But like you said, Pat, he
dropped and spiraled really nice. Didn't clamp the legs together. And Masvidal did a good job. Good job scrambling back to his feet. Masvidal knows he doesn't want to be there with it.
I like how Masvidal popped right up in punching position and went right back to it.
So on Pat Militich's unofficial scorecard, it's Jorge Masvidal ahead 2 rounds to none. But again, coming off the loss to Gilbert Melendez for the Strikeforce lightweight title, it's all about making an impression on the matchmakers. A win is a win, you guys. But if you want to get into title contention, you've got to also entertain the fans. You've got to become a draw. We need to see both that here in this final round. Both guys have to open up, especially Wilcox, and that's exactly what he does to begin the third round.
Well, Wilcox, he's proved a lot in this fight, but he's still got something to wash off from that quick knockout last time he was out.
And again, look at the lack of activity out of Masvidal when somebody is attacking him. He does not counterpunch well. He is an offensive guy, and if you give him room, he can work.
And it's funny you say that because he tells us, and we've seen in the past, he loves to counterpunch, but has to be much busier here in the third round because so far, good start by Wilcox.
Well, it may have been the hand some, but I tell you what, he did not counterpunch well against Gilbert Melendez because Gilbert was in his face the entire fight.
And I think that's what it was, the hand. And again, not to make excuses for Masvidal, nor would he want to take away from the great Strikeforce lightweight champion Gilbert Melendez. But Wilcox now landed the jab. In the opening minute here, Wilcox is just throwing a barrage of strikes at Masvidal. And again, while not all are scoring, they are, I think, making an imprint with the judges. Right, guys?
They certainly look good.
Leg kick from Masvidal, but that's it. Single shots.
Wilcox needs to do more of that, changing level, and then going back upstairs with the punches.
Great defense by Masvidal, but we need to see more of the offense. Right, guys?
Definitely.
His hands are in a counter. Masvidal's hands are in a counter-punching position. They're close up. They're in his face. They're in a punch me first, I'll punch you second type position instead of, you know, one in front of the other where you can parry and move a little quicker.
There's a couple different ways.
Oh, there's a nice left round kick to the head, but again, Wilcox comes forward. But it's only one movement, and that's it.
Counterpunching can be done in many ways, but he does not do it while he's getting hit, which a lot of guys choose to do to shut somebody else off of their offense down, but he won't do that very much.
And prime opportunity to score serious blows.
And do a lot of damage.
Oh. There's a left hand, and now coming forward, Masvidal pops out the left again. Very active Justin Wilcox throughout this fight. According to Pat Militich's unofficial scorecard, he is down 2 rounds, and there again, we need to see the sense of urgency. Goes for the shot, gets Masvidal's back. Masvidal is hard to keep down.
That's the way it's supposed to be done, though. That was textbook. That was beautiful.
Waist cinch by Wilcox. Masvidal feeding him some left hands, taking away his base. Wilcox has Masvidal pinned up along the fence.
He's controlling the hips and the legs. He's wrapping it up with his legs. Look at him. But he needs to take that support hand, that post hand away from Masvidal so he can't elevate his hips to get away. Got to get to that hand. There he goes for it. Too late.
Final 2 minutes of this lightweight battle between Jorge Gamebred Masvidal in the red gloves, Justin the Silverback Wilcox in the blue gloves, both looking to bounce back from losses in their last respective Strikeforce outings. Masvidal back to his feet.
That was a miniature war right there, the war of wills. Wilcox working so hard to keep him down and couldn't do it.
Wilcox, though, looking comfortable in his stand-up, but not exactly finding the range, the long, reach of Masvidal, and now Masvidal picking him off with the left hand.
Wilcox throwing 3 takedown attempts in this round.
Throwing a lot more punches, and unfortunately not a lot of them finding the target because of Masvidal's defense and the reach. There's a right head kick blocked.
In the eyes of the judges, though, the activity out of Wilcox could easily get him this round, but it's not going to be enough overall. Here he needs to follow up here, see if he switches off.
Oh, looking for the single. Good defense by Masvidal, but man, Masvidal just continues to remain focused on just defending and throwing the pot shots. Low leg kick, countered by a high kick from Wilcox. 42 seconds left in the fight. Wilcox moving forward. So far in this round, and maybe that tells the story. Oh, a nice knee straight right from Masvidal, but Wilcox having a slight edge, although I think that knee will close the gap even more. But a very even third round thus far. Another takedown attempt by Wilcox. Wilcox nothing but dust.
But Wilcox gets in deep on those takedowns and he's backing out. I don't know if he feels a submission coming, an arm in guillotine or something, but he's been backing out because of it.
10 seconds left in the fight, and it looks like Jorge Gamebrad Masvidal and Justin the Silverback Wilcox are going to the judges' scorecards in Portland. How'd you score that last round?
I'm going to give it to Wilcox. He stayed very busy, moved forward almost the entire round, got his takedown. He was aggressive.
So you have a 29-28 on your scorecard for Masvidal.
Yes, sir.
Frank, you concur?
I'm giving it to Masvidal. I think he won the fight. I think he outworked him, not only with striking, but when it came to the counter wrestling and just dictating where this fight is played out.
So the judges chosen by the Oregon State Athletic Commission will be tabulating the total scores now. The commission will give those cards to Jimmy Lennon Jr. in just a moment.
Wilcox is bringing it, man. He had a good round this round, and you know what? It was that aggressiveness, like Pat was saying. He just needed to let it go. Masvidal had great timing and great distance with his kicks. I thought he could have done even more of it on the body, down the center with Wilcox, but he was tremendous with it, punching high, punching low, and the takedown was all Wilcox. He worked really hard on this, got his hips into the leg trip, and then really stayed on top of it. What got him up, Pat mentioned it, was that left arm of Masvidal just having a post and being able to pop up when he had a chance.
Yeah, he was patient there, just waited for Wilcox to move up, and boom, he was gone.
Thank you, Johnny. I know you're not there.
Coming up later tonight on Showtime, one of 2 title fights, the main event. Strikeforce Middleweight Championship up for grabs as the title holder Luke Rockhold defends against Tim Kennedy. And then the vacant Welterweight Championship up for grabs as Tyron Woodley, the undefeated Strikeforce veteran, welcomes Nate Marquardt to Strikeforce and the Welterweight division. So 2 fights in the books here in Portland. Both go to the judges' scorecards, and it's about time we find out who won this one. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we have a split decision. Judge Ken Berenger scores about 29-28 in favor of Justin Wilcox. Glenn Trowbridge sees it 29-28 in favor of Jorge Masvidal. And Judge Laura Gregory sees it 30-27 in favor of the winner, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
So Jorge Gamebred Masvidal bounces back with a split decision win over Justin Wilcox. 2 judges giving it to Gamebred 30-27, 29-28. One judge saw it in favor of Wilcox 29-28, which a little surprising, but in any event, Pat, the right guy won.
Absolutely.
All right, let's look at the numbers that have this thing played out. And, you talk about strikes landed, Masvidal, almost 40%. That's 96 out of 244. How many punches? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Wilcox stayed busy, but Masvidal, that reach and the accuracy, sitting back and pot shotting the shorter guy. And the 3 out of 13 takedowns took a lot of energy out of Wilcox, and none of them were able to be capitalized by Wilcox in holding Masvidal down and doing any damage.
So Jorge Gamebrad Masvidal picks up another victory, hard-fought split decision over Justin Wilcox. Let's